I'll even watch Pixar. I love them. My parents took me to Disney when I was much, much younger. We went to Disney World in Florida first, and then we went to Disneyland. I absolutely loved it. Of all the vacations we took during my childhood, this was by far my favorite. So I told my now husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, we will be seeing Disney again, if not several times. We will be going. So we made a plan to take our son to Disney. And my son asked me, he said, Mom, I want to ride roller coasters. I want to ride roller coasters. And I said, of course you can ride the roller coasters. And I said that because I planned on Disney telling him that he was too short to ride the roller coasters, and they could be the bad guy and I wouldn't have to. So we got to Disney, and the first roller coaster he saw was Space Mountain. And so he asked his dad, please, take me to Space Mountain. I want to ride the roller coaster. And, you know, I said, okay, so we all went over to see. And the woman said, who was, you know, showing people how to get on the ride and where to go, she says, oh, he just made it. He's tall enough. He can get on Space Mountain. And my heart dropped into my stomach. The last thing I wanted was for my son to get on a roller coaster. I felt like maybe because his dad was there, that he would say, oh, I'm brave enough, I'm brave enough. And he would get into the roller coaster and freak out. So I did not want him to go. But his dad and I talked about it. He said, if you stop him from doing this and getting on the roller coaster, then basically you're telling him you went to Disney to look at everybody else having fun. Then I felt bad. So I said, okay, you two go ahead, get on the roller coaster. Me and Grandma will wait down here. So the ride could have only been maybe 15 minutes from the line to coming out. But it felt like the entire trip had passed while they were getting on Space Mountain. I kept thinking about how dark it was in there and how fast that roller coaster must have been going. And if my son was scared or sticking his hands out of the roller coaster. So I continued to talk to his grandmother to keep myself from thinking about it. A few minutes later, they came down, and I asked him, how was it? And he said, oh, Mom, it was the coolest thing in the world. I had so much fun. I cannot wait to ride the other roller coasters. I said, okay. And as the vacation went on, it got a little bit easier to watch him and his dad get on roller coasters and things like that. But it was very hard to let him make that big boy decision and, you know, enjoy the rides that I felt were for the older kids and not so much for my younger son. I definitely think it is my parental payback for all of the dangerous rides I wanted to ride when I was very young. The next thing we did was go to a restaurant that is in the Toy Story movie. I can't remember the name of it, but when my son saw it, you would have thought Christmas had hit Disney mid-summer. He was so excited. Now I remember. Pizza Planet. Pizza Planet was the name of that restaurant. So we let him go in and order his $20 overpriced pizza so that he could have the experience of Pizza Planet. He was absolutely thrilled. That same night, we went to a show called Fantasmic. Not fantastic, but Fantasmic. It's basically all of the Disney movies having small sections in a show and you getting to witness them all happening on the same stage. Also, Disney has Mickey play the wizard of this entire event, and he kind of takes you through the story and things like that. For those who follow Disney, this is one of the best experiences you can have at Disney World. Once the trip was coming very close to an end, my husband had a lot of disbelief as to how magical Disney really was. I kept telling him, oh, Disney it's magic, it's magic. And he would go, okay, you know, you're definitely in your mid-20s, but if you say it's magic, it's magic. And Downtown Disneyland is more for adults. They have restaurants, live music, a movie theater, things that are more geared towards the adults. That was the time that I got to spend with Michael Sr. alone. We had a lot of fun on those nights. Recently, we've had to make the decision on where our next trip would be. I could go to Disney every vacation for the rest of my life, but I know there's many other things we need to see. Originally, he had planned to take me to Miami because it was going to be cold when we went on vacation. But I told him with my school schedule that did not make much sense because we would not get to enjoy it. So instead, this winter, we will be driving down to an even colder state, Minnesota. For the first time, I will be going to the Mall of America. If you know me, you know shopping is my favorite. So that is what I will be doing for our vacation coming up this fall. In 2013, we have another vacation coming up where we will be going to the Caribbean. I believe in there is Grand Turk in Puerto Rico and a few other islands. This vacation will be to meet with other people who have a very similar condition that I have called Chiari. It just means that my brain is a low rider, and all of us have the exact